Hello friends, greetings from System 2 Trading. This is Sathya NR, your fellow traders. So in this video, I'm going to talk about S22 levels, the stepping stone for my System 2 Trading concept. I think if you'd have seen the S22 overview video in my channel, you should be able to understand this. If not, I think I strongly advise you to go through that before you go through this, so it will be easy for you to understand and then use this particular level to the best use. So this particular video is useful to people those who are looking for intraday stocks. So stock selection will be talk based on that this particular level. So definitely you can use something similar in your own system, or those who are looking for a system to trading concept, something similar with the positive expectancy, want to start with an intraday trading system, then I'm sure this Satya level video should be necessary and useful to you. And if you're a trader planning to use S22 system thoroughly for an intraday trading to have a positive expectancy and good profit, then also next few minutes will not be wasted. Or as usual, just like a curious learner like me, if you're a learner wanted to know some of the new concept to add on to your existing knowledge, to your trading philosophy, I'm sure next few minutes will be useful to you. So let's get started with the content of this. So to remind, intraday trading system based on statistical value, volatility values, and the price action principle is what I do and coined as a system to trading. And the first step in the system to trading is to find out the levels at which you should trade on a day. So this particular level I have coined it as S22 Satya level. So these are the levels where I see some sort of characteristic of the scripts of the day. So where I can expect a predictable way it is going to act, and if it acts on that predictable way on those levels, those scripts, I'll be trading based on my system logic. So this is an overview of the trading system. I'm sure that you would have seen the previous video. If you have not seen, just to recap, we select the stock. I select the stock based on this particular level, what you are going to see in few minutes. And based on that level, I'm also going to use that level as a sentiment indicator to assess the sentiment, the emotion of that particular day. The traders is bullish, bearish, or trading range. Based on that, I should be able to make some sort of decision. And I start filtering the stocks based on the relative strength, based on the candle types, which is a trading view scripts, and also based on the index or sector level. And once I have selected the stock of the day, then I will be taking this trading decision to go continuous or whether it is going to be a reversal trade based on the my trading view script potential reserve as well as S22 score. Then I will be executing and then managing the trade. So this is a overall just a summary of the system. So to understand the level in which I play, I would like to translate certain things, a common language what we use, to a mathematical value, the way I have understood it. Supposing if there is going to be a stock with a value today, 100.6 or whatever it is, or 15,000 or 17,000, what exactly it means to us, what exactly it means to me, which is the first important question that I need to address as an intraday trader and a scalper and a swing trader. So normally, what is, if you see in the social media, if you see in your group, or if you see among the traders, so they will say that this stock is performing better than yesterday, this stock is really worse, I don't know what happened than yesterday, or somebody will say that this stock is definitely better than yesterday. So these are all the terminologies, adjectives being used: better, worse, definitely better than yesterday, that when comparing. So ideally speaking, we compare the today's price with the historic data and say whether it is better or worse or 100% sure. So to understand this, to convert it to a coding as well as to convert it to a mathematical value, I just translated this, whether this particular stock or the value what I'm talking about, what I'm seeing, what I'm observing on that particular day at 9:50, 9:20, is it around 50%, more than 100%, or less than 100% of the previous day volatility? Based on this previous day range or volatility or the extent in which it has moved, we can make a reasonable prediction compared with that if it is going to be. So I can confidently say, my code can confidently say, and it can execute whenever there is going to be a stock which is going to travel, move more than the previous historic value, whatever the value I set in by 100%, I can say that it's definitely a bullish view. If it is going to be definitely lower by 100% than the previous historic movement, then we can definitely say it's a bearish view. If it is going to be somewhere between in the middle 50%, then we can say it is average. So using this understanding of converting this value for the better, worse situation, and definitely a excellent situation, I was interested in only plus or minus 100% move than the previous historic value. So these two extremes of stocks, I created a level, and based on this level, I started selecting the stock. And this particular level is what I mean by a S22 level or a Satya's level. So which is this I've incorporated in the coding in the trading view as well as in the charting. So where I should be able to see the stock. I think I will demonstrate now. First, where you can see this level, how exactly it means to me. So this is the trading view platform. So what you see here is S22 level. This is a S22 level high. This is a S22 level low. So on each day, based on my script, based on my logic, what I explained previously, so the level is automatically drawn, one on the topmost extreme aspect and one on the bottom extreme aspect. The logic, the formula that is used are the same on every day, so we can expect a definite reliable signal which will not be a discretion. So the first step in my system trading is to have a reliable signal. So to make it reliable, so I have just translated if it is going to be traveling more than 100% or less than 100%. Based on that, we it is not so simple just 100%. It has got some sort of tweaking in the formula. So we can say for sure that these levels will always be a predictable level, which is what we require. It's a reliable level irrespective of the day we see. The same thing I have also extended on the charting. So in the charting, when you see, so I can also get the this level which I have coded it, and whenever the script is going to go near to this level, closes this level, then I say that it gives me a signal. So now coming back to the trading view, why is this level important to me and how do I trade about it? So I'll be making a separate video on a trading logic, but for now, so we have a group of stocks which is going to close above the eye level. So this is an extreme level for me as per my calculation. So whenever a stock that closes above this level, now for example in this particular, this is a selected stock which has crossed above the high. If you see the high of this, it is 24, you can see the high here, it is 2498. The level is 2497.60. So for today, based on my system logic formula, so this particular ACC has crossed this level, so it has come to my screening or come to my radar. Similar way, when it goes below this low level, there will be few stocks that will be there. For example, if I go to the low level, let's say I go for ONGC, so the level is 150.90 for today to break. So if it breaks, and then if the opening candle, when it breaks and then closes, then it comes to my radar. So at 9:50, 9:20, when the candle closes, 5 minutes candle closes, when it is going to close below the S22 low, or when it is going to close above the S22 high, the Satya levels high and Satya level low, then those are the stocks which I am interested in trading. Why I am interested in trading is because these are the outliers of the day. So these are the stocks which are showing extreme movement when compared to all the future stocks. So what is the universe I use? I scan all the universe. Among the universe of 150, 180 plus universe of futures, so the group of stocks which qualifies for me to trade my system is based on this particular level. And in the chart link, as you see, you will get the group of chart. So these are the group of chart for November 18th, 920. Two of the scripts among all the futures qualified or closed above the low level, and 6 of the scripts closed above the high level. So this particular script, or this script, either in a trading view, just states, allows me to select the stock very reliably, and interestingly, it is extremely easy to backtest and then compare it to the old, because this level is always stable. There is no ambiguity in this level. So whether this level is right or whether this level is wrong, as I explained in my previous overview video, we are not checking about the validity of it. Supposing if it crosses this level, if the stocks, does it mean that it is going to go up? No. Does it mean that it's going to come down? Definitely not. But it is not a valid signal. Definitely it's a reliable signal. So if the stock is going to go above this, it can act in a definite manner. How will you understand this definite manner is, if you go through all the charts of S22 charts, whatever I have selected, I think I have around 1800 signals. So you should be able to see clearly. You should be able to have your own logic, which I, once I share the data, I think you should be able to do it. So as of now, I think I will stop with saying the stock selection is based on this level, which are extremes of the level based on the previous historic value movement. Now, the sentiment indicator, it is just an extension of this. Now, the sentiment indicator is just an extension of this. So, what exactly is sentiment of the market? What are all the types of players that on an intraday at 9:20 a.m. is based on the amount of ratio between these two. If there are going to be huge amount of players which are in an extreme condition of the stock, it is just like using an advance and decline or trend, or so many different type of sentiment indicators are there. Very commonly we use, I think, number of stocks that is advancing, number of stocks that is declining, which is very commonly used in many traders for an intraday. Trend is also supposed to be a tricks, I think, is also supposed to be extremely useful for intraday. You can also use RSI. Anything extremes can be used as an RSI to pick up the stock. It just so happens that this particular levels work so well for me to pick up. You can have your own level. All you need to do is some sort of perfect level of a resistance or a support or whatever you call that as, and that level should be an extreme level, and how many qualifiers are there for a particular day will tell you about the sentiment. If there are a lot of qualifier script, more than about, let us say that on a one particular day there are about 50 to 60 stocks which has opened low, that means automatically you can decide that it is going to be a very bearish day, because as such my level is at a very low level, at an extreme of low, and on that level about 50 to 60 stocks have closed below. So I expect market to be bearish. Whether it's going to remain bearish or whether it's going to reverse up is what the next few steps in the system logic in my system trading will determine. But I know for sure I can easily understand the sentiment. If there is going to be only about three stocks or four stocks in the low side and three or four stocks on the high side, that means it is balanced. I expect it to be a trading range. So the sentiment of the market, the sentiment of the type of player, I understand easily early in the morning at 9:20 based on the number of scripts that's going to be popped out on my alert. So as you saw in the charting, I think you should be able to view it. Then I import it for my trading. Then I start using some sort of filter. So to conclude about the Satya level is just an extremes of a level which is based on a very precise formula based on the movement of the previous historic values. Whatever historic values I take, based on that, it automatically gets drawn upon on the charting as well as drawn upon on the trading view. And once my scripts crosses either way of this breaches this level, then that comes into my radar, that comes into my system for me to trade. I hope it is simple enough for you to understand. The idea of this is you can create your own extreme levels, or I will be sharing this script for a subscription, or even now, as of now, you can see my watch list. For those who want it, can mail me up. You can actually directly see now you know the logic why or where it exactly these two stocks. So when you see the November S22 low on this particular day, we have two stocks which has opened low at an extreme level crossing this. So you can use your own understanding, your own type of strategy and system to execute the trade. So I hope this particular small piece of knowledge was useful to you. Thank you for your valuable time. I will see you in my next S22 system. Next, I think parameter, whatever I talk about, I'll see you there. Till then, bye bye. Happy trading.